A while back I did a video on our dining room and how it is very multi-purpose and how we have it set up for homeschooling, and now it has a whole extra function added in. I'm going to share with you today in this video how I went from a whole office to a little office cart in our dining room and how it has worked phenomenally, and I think I actually like it better than having a desk because I can access everything while my kids are playing puzzles at the table or doing homeschool work or what have you, and I can do some of that stuff while my kids are around versus having to go to my office where I didn't want my kids because there was stuff everywhere I didn't want them getting into. So I'm gonna walk you through all my bullet journaling supplies, some of my office related items that live in this little office in my dining room and how I use it and how you could adapt this for your family as well. Okay, so let's start on the top. On top I have this wicker basket I absolutely love. It's a perfect rectangle. It can fit a lot of books. It's a good depth. I have this little divided, apparently $5 Target dollar spot find. It's a little caddy for all of my markers. For most of my markers, I've got my Crayola Super Tips in here. I have them positioned this way so that the ink is running down. I think that's the better way to store them so that the ink doesn't go the opposite direction, and I can easily see all the colors I need. And then I have two different types of markers here. I have the Staedtler 2-tip. There's a thicker tip and a thinner tip. And then I have these Paper Studio brush tip pens. They have a fine tip and a brush tip, so they're good for like calligraphy and stuff like that. So those sit up here. My girls know they have to ask before using these because these are mama's markers. And then I keep just a lot of like morning time stuff. I've got my women's study Bible I read every morning. This Memory a Day 5-year journal I write in. I'm on year 2 of this for my girls. I've got my long-term bullet journal. If you guys are interested in learning more about that, I have a video that I recently did. I will link to that below. I am horrible at handwriting, so I want to learn to get better. So San actually got me these 2 books for my birthday and Mother's Day. I have the Modern Calligraphy and Hand Lettering for Beginners guide. And then I have this cute hand lettering for journals, planners, and more. I've got a couple notebooks in here for my Etsy shop and like the before and after school care. And then I have this planner I bought before I started bullet journaling that I don't really have a use for, but I already wrote in it, so I couldn't return it. And then I've got my Remarkable, which I still use for certain things, for like long-term planning and stuff that wouldn't really work in my bullet journal. So I keep that all right here. And then I have this little Moments for Moms Inspirational Day Spring Day Brightener that I try to remember to flip every morning. So this drawer unit is from Michaels. I will link to it below, but you can use it to turn into a desk, or you don't have to. You can just use it as, you know, like I'm using it. And so in here is where I keep all my extra pens, highlighters, erasers, things like that. So over here, I just keep, for my long-term bullet journal, I have a color coding system. So I keep all of the markers for that here so I don't forget which colors I use because I have so many markers now. In this little caddy, I keep all my white markers and pens. I have these Jelly Roll different tipped pens, and then I have this acrylic paint pen. So this is great for like accenting your doodles and handwriting. And then I have a bunch of these Faber-Castell pencils in different weights for like just drawing out things in my bullet journal before I put the pen to paper, and then I can easily erase them. And then I use a couple different types of erasers just based on what is handy, because they usually just kind of get tossed in here. For a lot of my color coding in my actual planning part of my bullet journal, I use these Friction fine liner erasable pens. So like my girls are pink and our family's purple, my husband is orange, I'm light blue, so I can easily, you know, notice things in my planner, but I can erase them as well. I have some ultra fine point Sharpies and some Sharpie pens. And then over here I have pencils. I've got different types of calligraphy pens. I have these Tombow pens, brush pens that are good for like calligraphy. I have my Micron set of pens that I absolutely love. They're different weights and they all show on the top of the cap. And so these I use all the time for my lines in my bullet journal, for writing things, for accenting things. They are just wonderful. And then I have a couple other sets of just Amazon finds I can link below with calligraphy pens, because I thought maybe the pen would make me better at calligraphy, but not so much. Practice will make me better. The one thing I don't love about these drawers is that this is as far as they come out, so there's like a good like 4 inches back here, but with having these IKEA dividers that I already had, I can just put anything in the back that I don't use often and I can still easily get them out. So back here I keep my dual tip dot markers. These I love because if I want to do just like dots for my to-do list, or if I'm doing an art piece in my bullet journal that uses dots in some ways, I can use that. And then it also has a fine tip on the other side. And then I just keep a few different types of highlighters back there as well. Here on the side, I just have these Bible highlighters. I don't think they're called that. They're called Mr. Pen Sleek Acid-Free Gel Highlighters, but I've heard they work really well in Bibles, so that's what I use to highlight in my Bible. So that's my most used drawer. Let's move on to drawer number 2. So this drawer is just stencils, stamps, bookmarks, and watercolors. It's kind of my random smorgasbord. I got these wood stamps with just letters that kind of look like typewriter. I got at Michael's. I have not tried stamping a whole lot in my bullet journal yet, but it's something I want to try soon. And then I got these where you just, the jelly, I think they're called like jelly stamps. You stick them on these acrylic things and then you can see the stamp through it, which is kind of nice for placement. And I just got a couple sets on Amazon for Mother's Day, I believe, from Sam. I got these different colored stamp pads and just more different functional stamps you can use. I got a stencil kit that was like for journaling on Amazon. And then this circle stamp template, or this circle stencil, so I can do perfect circles if I want. For my birthday, Sam got me this set of watercolors that I really wanted for my bullet journal. My girls have watercolors, but I wanted ones that were nicer for myself. I have my Filofax A5 punch that's spilling everywhere for when I do ever use my Filofax, which I've been using for homeschool actually, so that comes in handy. I have just various different bookmarks and paper clips here that are pretty. And then at the dollar store, I got this protractor so I can do different, like larger circles than my stencils would allow. And it was only $1.25. Can you really have an office without Post-its? I don't think you can. This is basically my Post-it drawer. I have these larger ones. They're not all Post-it brand, but these different color ones I use. I put one of these on every week in my bullet journal, so if I'm planning things out longer term within the month, I can write down tasks on these and then just recycle them when I'm done. I've got a little bit smaller ones. I have my corner punch to make corners rounded. So for example, in my long-term bullet journal, when I cut this Dutch door, I could use the punch, which I did, to round the corners. It's just a lot better than they're not folding up and you're not cutting yourself on them. I have my newest favorite invention ever created, which is the Elmer's tape runner, which I use to adhere all of my pictures and book covers that I've printed out into my bullet journal. It is wonderful. You just literally, like, you know, those whiteout that are like this where you just run it along. This just runs a very thin, basically like line of glue or tape on the back of something, and so it's very thin, it's very quick and easy to use. So I have that here with all the refills. I have different page tabs here that are sticky. Smaller ones, smaller Post-its I use for planning videos and things in my planner I have just for my business, and then slightly bigger ones, and then there's the normal like 3x3, I don't even know, 4x4 Post-its in different colors, and then a whole pack of these smaller ones here. And then my mom always gives us tons of Post-its and to-do lists and things like that. So I have a ton of these cute little stickies with different animals in here as well. This is the one drawer my kids can come to and use because we share washi tape. So I try to kind of divide it, but it's never gonna look perfect and Pinterest worthy. But I divided it out, and I buy most of my washi tape in bulk on Amazon. I usually buy it for my girls to put on their stockings, or just buy it for myself when there's a certain kind that I'm wanting. I keep some rulers over here that I use for all my line work in my bullet journal. So I've got floral. I got a bunch of these thin different colors, which are just great accents, or if I'm trying to like make something stand out in my journal, they're pretty transparent, so you can put them over writing or right on top of them and the page still kind of shows through. And then I just have various different types. I got these, which are kind of cute. These are pretty transparent as well, but I like that they come with a little dispenser. And yeah, it's washi tape. What more is there to say? And last but not least is my sticker drawer. I may eventually need to upgrade to something a little bigger because this is filling up very quickly. So this is for stickers and just anything to kind of decorate my planner with. I got this vintage scrapbook paper set. It's really cute. It just slides open like that, and it's all these vintage looking prints on here that I can use for my bullet journal. I got this beautiful sticker book from San. You can tell what he likes to buy me because that's all I really wanted for Mother's Day and my birthday. So this, I have not used a sticker yet. I maybe used one or two, but just all these like vintage and floral stickers. Some are kind of weird, some are kind of fun, some are beautiful. So I'm excited to use that. And then I also keep like old cards in case I want to put them in my bullet journal, or ones like these where I don't know, they're kind of probably too 3D, but I might want to take parts of it and put it in my bullet journal because it's just so cute. It's fun to cut out, you know, little blurbs of like what San wrote to me for my birthday and put that in my bullet journal. So I keep those in here. I got this set of just kind of transparent stickers for when I do months. It's just a lot easier than writing it, the numbers over and over again. So I have that from Amazon. What I've really been using and loving lately are the Planning by Kay sticker sets. She is here on YouTube, she's on Instagram. She has these super cute and beautiful sticker sets. I bought a bunch when they were on sale this spring. It does take a while to ship, but she's, you know, she does it all on her own, printing, designing, printing, shipping. And she has just some beautiful sets that I kind of take and then add some more art and stuff to make it my own. But since I'm not very artistic naturally, I just love incorporating these. So I basically got a full year's worth if I wanted to use them. I had different months in mind, so I keep those in here. And then I just, you know, over the years of planning have picked up different sticker packs. When I was doing my subscription box, I had different samples and things I purchased, so I have those in here, and I can basically just take them and use them in my planner and my bullet journal whenever it suits my fancy. I have these super old Erin Condren stickers and Martha Stewart from Staples stickers. I miss that. And just little like scrapbooking cards and different things in here, just random that I can add to my bullet journal to make it more eclectic and make it more fun. Yeah, that's in here too. So basically I have just pulled this over. It just rolls right over, rolls right back. Fits perfectly here. I pull this over at 4 a.m. in the morning when I wake up early to do my morning routine, which I plan to do an updated version of that, but it's pretty much the same as what I was doing before, just in my dining room. So I'll put a link to my latest 4 a.m. morning routine video for you guys in the description. But I can just easily pull out what I need. I sit here at my dining room table and I work, and then I can put it all back. And so midday, if I want to pull it out, I can. It's just worked wonderfully. My kids are 8, 5, and 2, and besides my 2-year-old getting into the markers a couple times, it really hasn't been an issue. But you definitely could put locks, like safety locks, cabinet locks, drawer locks, I guess, on each drawer if you wanted to do that for little kids who are getting into stuff, or just have it turned around if that would dissuade them from using it. But it's just been wonderful. I love our dining room. It's the heart of our home, truly, where we do so much of life in here. And this is a big part of my life, and how our life runs is through planning, and so it's just wonderful to have it in the heart of our home now. I hope this video was helpful. Obviously, I don't expect you to go out and buy all of these things and recreate this exact thing for your home, but I really just hope it kind of stretched your imagination a little bit of how you can maybe set up something similar if you are constantly bringing things to different areas of your house. Maybe you could have a bag with things in it, a tote bag. Maybe you could have a 3-tiered cart. Maybe you could have something with drawers. Just getting creative with what you already have is something I absolutely love doing. I love repurposing things in our home for different seasons, and just when an idea sparks of how we can make our home run better, I love sharing about that, and I love implementing it in our own home. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up, and I would love if you would subscribe and become part of our Glue Stick family, and I will have a lot more videos like this coming in the future. I hope you have a fun time planning and organizing your own home, and I will see you next time. Bye.